and why we're kind of having to come back around on this. Is she just really big, or are we moving really all that slow? I guess Diablo probably moves that fast. I don't. Is reduced by 15%. Okay, yeah. Huh. They don't show that in the trailer. In general, actually. When you get right down to it, this suit is kind of doofy. And when I'm piloting it inside of Overwatch, I feel cool. I do feel cool. But when I see a D.Va boosting around, I don't think she's cool. And now that we can really make clear this bunny ejection thing up top, that's just weird. Her little jet booster's going. I mean, it's a cool... it's that whole... Like, you don't want a Gundam. It seems impractical that you wouldn't upgrade the human design, right? Why would you make a human that can actually drop their weapons? That seems stupid. I've always wondered that about Gundam, but they do look a lot cooler. What's the one with the pirate dude and the ship that is a grappler? And the arms, like, whee, and it's old anime, so it always does like, whee, whenever anything comes out, but, you know, like, unfolds. And he has, like, guns, and some of them, like, saw blades. Outlaw Star? Was that it? I think it's Outlaw Star. Yeah. There she goes, going with that soda again. There's something weird going on there. I don't know, Lucio came out okay. I think it's just the position that she lays in the mech. And I get it, like, her legs are going up that way, and she gets ejected from the top. How do I actually eject? Do I have to have enough charge? I guess I gotta make the robot break first. Oh my goodness, that's slow. That is painfully... What's this? Defense Matrix. Okay. I guess I need a special graphic for that. What's this? Mech mode. I just want to see where she pops out. Okay. Yeah, okay. So it doesn't actually, like, unfold and show us many of the... I mean, not like a Michael Bay movie where it's like... And just pour the screws into the blender and just watch it roll. That doesn't tell you how those Transformers actually transform either. She's got her gum, too. Oh, my God. She's been memed back to hell. It's so weird. I just don't play a lot of Overwatch, and she is my most played character over there. I really like her. I think I like playing Mercy more just because I like supporting in that environment more, but geez, but she's just so, like, it's gone too far. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like you finally, well, actually, I've got an exact reason, or an exact example of this. It's like I finally saw Guardians of the Galaxy, but everyone, I already saw every joke, the Groot stuff online, and by the time you actually see it, you're like, that was it? This is the character that everyone's going on about? But it's ridiculous. Let's actually see what she can do. I know I'm spending a lot of time on the model here, but there's just something, I don't, maybe it's like she moves like she doesn't have any acceleration? Maybe her legs are too long? I have no idea. Maybe it's just the fact that, I mean, she is, the whole entirety of Overwatch, in fact, is maybe a little too... Maybe a little too scientific, perhaps. Maybe that's the problem. It's overly crafted. It's like they built a team of people and said, guys, all right, we need butts, boobs, whatever you got, man, like, bring it. Muscles for the dudes. Like, let's make this as big as we can get it on a scientific aspect. What does that mean? It's like, well, they need waifus, guys. Internet needs waifus. We gotta make it happen. Anyway, let's dance. Let's do all the stuff and let's start going through these abilities. I've heard that's from Twice. I'm not very familiar with J-pop, in all honesty. I think it's probably my least listened to music type. And not because of any dislike or anything. I think it's very fun stuff. I just don't have it in. I haven't had a lot of J-pop friends, despite all my time in StarCraft. I guess I didn't have a lot of esports friends before getting into StarCast and that sort of thing.
Come on! 1v1 me!
And then what I'm guessing is not an American symbol because that we do the finger football where you make... Do people still play finger football in high school and middle school? Do people still fold up the little... They probably have mobile games now. Probably nobody plays finger football. She's doing it upside down is all I know. So to get back in the robot here, I guess I call mech. Cool. And does it have its own dance? I guess I could just be using the X button for this. Huh. Not sure what that's about. Oh, I guess I didn't equip to spray. That's my dance. Are you Bronze League? Nice. Well, now finally a... Oh, it like... Yeah, because your hand makes the rest of the T. The TT is tears, right? Why did this... Like, I remember Zuz. I remember, you know, being in MOBAs and someone died across the map and they go Zuz. I do not know when this happened. I remember QQ, you know, less QQ, more Pew Pew. I don't know why that became crying eyes, but when did the T thing come about? I feel so old manish. I'm so behind the times.
D.Va, moving out.
That is so weird that she... Okay, so you can hearth in robot mode. Oh. Well, she doesn't seem too too interested in it. And what, you just kind of fade out? There's no kajoosh as she launches into space? Huh.
Ready for action.
Maybe that's not quite done yet. Cry more. Oh, it's a Korean thing. Oh, okay. So, so QQ would be like little tiny tears, like, you know, just a little weep here and there. But the actual TT would be full streams, and they're requesting you to increase your suffering by crying even more for them. The lamentations of your enemies, sort of business. I guess I can get behind that. Hey, welcome Loadvar and Joe Wine. Good to see y'all here. Let's start exploring these abilities then. So first off, first thing I very much noticed was this. Mecha out. While in her mech, D.Va can shoot while moving, but her movement speed is reduced by 15%. And that's interesting and kind of scary given how things have kind of gone recently with our ability creep. Granted, right now we seem to be in the middle of a... Who would she fight? We don't have a bad guy from Overwatch yet, do we? Well, let's go ahead and get Zarya out here and see what that moving and attacking feels like. Apparently the enemy team got 3 kills. I guess they killed my Malfurion at some point. Alright. Zarya's feeling a little shy. She needs some friends. But is this a time in which a character with decreased mobility will do well? Well, let's see what that lock-on business is about. So, A moving. Okay, that's my lock-on target. And if I... So my lock-on target... If I hang out here... That's... strange. Okay, so what's unlocked on... I totally have a sweet... Yeah, she's going to actually move a little faster than me. So I actually am able to move while attacking, and this box maintains. But when I lock onto something, it's kind of hard to do maximum range. It's much easier to kind of keep them in that. Looks like your speed is unaffected. You don't have any... And that's probably why I felt so weird about her turning when I first started. She has 0 acceleration, it seems. She's always going at her decreased 85% speed. So when you lock on, you kind of have to walk into range first. But you're not losing any speed by being in this mode.
A killing blow.
Kind of like Tychus. I'll want to retarget it regularly, but it is wide enough. Certainly wider than Zarya's. I just wonder how much that speed is going to affect you over the course of the game. I've also read that her mech's destruction, if killed, gives 50% XP, is what I read. And that's no good. Let's actually try that. Here we have a Zarya. We can be in range of. But stay in range of her while I get destroyed. Well, she is killing minions too, so maybe her XP is locked at the moment. No way to tell. Gotta get back in a suit here. And we'll start exploring some of the other ideas. So first on the list, okay, so she leveled up flat. Alright, so we're not going to get an idea of if the XP is leaked out of the suit here, depending on the distance. Only deals that self-destruct. Okay, here we go. I think I found it. Mech mode. Get out of here, Zarya. What? When D.Va's mech dies, she's ejected after 0.75 seconds and continues to fight. D.Va's mech only rewards 50% of a normal hero's experience upon dying. I'm guessing there is no XP leak if you self-destruct, but that answers that question. So a bit of a delay. I assume you would be... Let's see if I can actually get a Malfurion out here. Would that be the easiest way? Yeah, we can't really use the roots. So let's select an enemy hero. Let's grab Malfurion. See if I can get him to lay some roots for me. This I'm curious about because sometimes when you change modes, you become a different class of hero. You're tokened as a different hero. So, okay, so here's some roots. All right, we'll catch those on the next go. But what I want to answer here is, if I'm in roots and then I self-destruct or am killed and pop out of it, is D.Va a new instance of my hero, kind of like Samuro can be? All right, here we go, chance. Oh, nope, wrong button. All right, we'll do it next time. We're gonna have to catch that right as it happens. Is she a good lane clear hero with just autos? You know, she does feel more mobile than someone like Zarya, who we imagined might have decent lane clear. This also has some girth to it, but I think when we think of lane clear these days, what we're really thinking of is, can you tap it on your way to an objective? Or will you have to sort of dismount and hang out there for a bit? So I would say this is no more spectacular than anyone else's. Maybe along the lines of a Tychus, but he also has that overkill thing. We'll see what kind of abilities, maybe pushing them or using your other things might help out. Or talents, of course, can help with that later, too. All right, Malfurion, hook me up. Maybe we need to sort of get him in lane where he thinks he can do some lane clear with the roots. Come on, bro. Looks like we won't find out on Malfurion here. And those are out of ammo. All right. Well, we'll try to discover it another time and see. Will it be important to know? What? Increase your movement speed by 30%. Summon mount. Oh. Oh, she actually, while in human form, I guess it is on a mount. Boy, that wouldn't give much stability at all. She'd be sliding around. Okay, what's going on here? Basic attacks reduce the cooldown of call mech by half a second. As a pilot, D.Va only awards 50% of her normal hero experience upon dying. Oh. Huh. So, let's get back in the mech. D.Va's mech only awards 50% upon dying. Eject from a mech, setting it to self-destruct after 4 seconds. Deal damage in a large area, depending on the distance from the center. Only deals 50% damage to structures, so that's important. Gain 1% charge for every 2 seconds spent basic attacking. 30% charge for every 100% mech health lost. Per 100% of mech health. 30% charge per 100% of mech health loss. It may be my sick brain, but that doesn't make a lick of sense. The first part does 1% every 2 seconds spend basic attacking. 30% charge per 100% of mech health lost. Oh. Oh, so when you lose the mech, you get a 30% because once you finally get back in the mech, you'll then be able to self-destruct. Perhaps. Maybe that's what's going on. I'm immune to this, right? I'm not in Overwatch. Cool. All right. Cool. I'm at 0%. So let's go lose a mech. Maybe Malfurion will finally cast that route too. Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah. So I guess I got 33% because of passive health regeneration over the course of that. And so if I'm receiving healing, I can go over. I got it now. So taking damage, but if you lose all your health or would lose the total of your health, you instead get 30%. So if you're getting healed and you reach the total amount of healing that would equal your previous full health, you've basically totaled up to 30%. And with passive regeneration going at the same time, you get to about 33%. Awesome. Cool. Now, that was needlessly confusing, but that information did have to be conveyed, and I'm glad we actually got to see the numbers on it, rather than kind of a made-up, summarized wording like they like to. Cool. And now I'm sitting at my previously charged 33% after being out of the mech even for the full amount of time. Awesome. Boosters. Cooldown 10 seconds. Increase D.Va's movement speed by 125% for 2 seconds. Enemies that are hit take decent damage and are knocked away. D.Va cannot be slowed while boost is active. She cannot be slowed, but can she be root stunned and all that sort of thing? I assume so. Let's go piss off. Well, we'll piss off that while we walk too. But let's piss off this guy. And we'll kind of fly through the root zone and the stun, just to make sure. Cool. Not unstoppable, of course. And I'm out of there. Neat. Now let's get Malfurion out here and see if we can multiple hit people, like a Chen's barrel, or if we get one knock away and then we sort of move through them again, having already... Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay. Yes. No? Where? Wait, what? Did that thing move kind of? Why did it sort of move sideways? What did I do there? Let's toggle cooldown. Okay. Okay. So you count as a separate instance. So if you're in a route and you eject, you will be a new hero. And you will be rooted yet again. Important to know. Why the robot started wandering a little bit there, I have no idea. So yes, the cooldown on the Q is only 10 seconds. Let's go ahead and boost her into Malfurion here and see if we can Chen... No chenning. No chenning available. So you get one pushback. This is what I was actually kind of worried about with her, is if we were going to see silences like that of Chen, whereas you get pushed for such a long time and you get locked out of casting. But instead, I'm currently on cooldown. There we go. Okay. So a little exposed, right? Do you set the robot to move as it blows up? As you eject. Oh, does my cursor location? No, that doesn't affect anything. Looks like it may have been a very strange interaction that we may not be able to replicate. But let me see, maybe if I A-move the place and I advance on it. No, nothing along those lines. But that would make sense why that would work, because in Overwatch, you can combo this with your self-destruct. So let's try that. We got boosters, and we boost. And it goes to there. Okay. That seems sane. Would that be about the location I would make on my own boosters? Actually, it looked like it went a little longer. Let's see. 4 seconds. And this gives me 2 seconds. But I did stop early. All right, let's actually get this fully scienced and figure out this will be our little starting gate. And go! Okay. Pretty much dead center. Does it go any further when... No, exact same. Looks like there might just be a host of odd little interaction bugs since she's brand new, but otherwise... Does it go through walls? Nope, it does stop at walls. That'll be a dead Malfurion. That's kind of fun. Yeah! Yeah! Into the bushes where you belong. Neat. Let's get down this wall here. And the thing has no health. Actually, there's some roots. It got rooted. So CC works on the robot. I was more curious just to see if it, I don't know, so tower damage or something like that. Or tower shots, but no, it doesn't care. Since there's nothing inside of it. Those towers are a little smart. But this thing got rooted while it was boosting with a self-destruct on it. Huh. What an interesting interaction. So you could sort of stun it maybe with an Uther as it starts to fly to your backline, stopping it there. This thing is immune to slows. Perhaps. Maybe it's not in that form. Who knows? Can you cancel her abilities to get it to stop short? Yes. So I can do a Q and then hit it again to stop it short. Though it does look like it has a sort of, yes, a global cooldown on it, so I'm required by video game law to boost for at least the first full global cooldown reset of it. So half. So for a full second, I'm required to boost, but I can't end it early. Can I sort of radio watch cancel that early? Yes, I can. So while it's self-destructing, I can absolutely cancel it early. I can't make it blow early or anything like that. It's still got to do a full charge. But if I wanted to only go there and stop it early, yeah, absolutely. And it got hit by a root there too, so it would have stopped anyway. Cool interactions. All right, what's going on here? Defense matrix. That's a lot of words. Channel a defensive field in the target direction for 3 seconds, reducing damage dealt by heroes inside of it by 75%. The mech can move while channeling, but cannot turn. Damage dealt to the mech from enemies within the defense matrix still grants the same amount of self-destruct charge. Huh. I guess that's why they were so descriptive on the math here. So even though I'm taking less damage, I'd still get my full charge going underneath. Defense matrix, huh? Shame it doesn't absorb the full auto attacks, but it also, in Overwatch, kind of caught mid-air spells that were flying at you, and certain spells weren't affected because they were ultimates or stuff, or they were attached to other things, like I think Rodok's Chain could go through it. Weird stuff like that. I'm not totally sure on that. Don't play a lot of Overwatch, but this is an interesting way to work it, and it's based on the ground. So he's inside of it there, and then he's not. It lasts for 3 seconds. And they're right, I cannot turn. So probably easiest to choose sort of a cardinal direction on it. There's no real tell for the heroes either if they know when they're inside. But he's just inside. Okay, I give a little flash when I'm under attack and taking reduced damage. Let's see. Defensive field targeting general area, reducing damage dealt by heroes, enemy heroes. Okay, so that means I don't reduce. Yeah, taking full damage from all that sort of stuff. That's all gonna hurt.
Rise again and take your revenge.
Okay. Yeah. So directional duders would be powerful here, and sadly, this is a really big blow to people like Zul'jin. Anybody who wants to stand still and do high sustained damage, or any sort of low mobility damage. I mean, even, well, what would Gul'dan be? Let's see if we can get Gul'dan out here. Because Gul'dan's abilities may be ground effects. If we're talking in sort of a Magic the Gathering classifier kind of way. Is corruption a ground effect? If he starts Fel Flaming, which he might not be interested in doing. There we go, okay. So some damage from the Fel Flame. If he Fel Flames me, and he's not in the box, but the spell is, do I take that damage? Well, it looks like Gul'dan doesn't particularly care. Sad. There we go. Okay, I'm being drained. Still full damage. Well, of course, it wasn't on him. Because the spells would be affected, just like those auto attacks. It's all hero damage. So it looks like physically having the hero inside of it. Yeah. Oh. There's a sound effect. Ah. I get a little beat for myself when I have succeeded in getting an actual hero inside. So it'll work just like spell damage then in that case. So spell damage is a snapshot. If you were to increase your ability damage through an augment of some kind, whether it's your own buff on a talent, a basic ability, or one day a hero gives you that buff, you are snapshotted there, and any spells you shoot through the air, let's say you have a buff that gives you 50% bonus spell damage, and you fire a magic missile. through the air, and it's flying, and then the spell damage leaves you. That magic missile is a snapshot of your previous damage, and as it flies through the air, it doesn't reduce in damage, it still encapsulates your previous damage amount. So, Gul'dan or any sort of projectile would work the exact same way. If for some reason I get him during the initial spell cast here, I would take the reduced damage like there. But if he locks onto me with something and then I step outside of it, that projectile would be still snapshotted unless it was fired while outside of the zone. Whew. Alright, hooray for math. That's going to be dirty. Let's get into the more nitty-gritty fun stuff. Can you reduce Chromie's W after she casts it? Right, so a ground effect like that shoots up into the air and then lands back down. From what we gathered so far, I would say no, because Chromie off in the distance was snapshotted at her current DPS. I would have to actually have the zone on top of her, and then the animation would fire, causing that bullet to go into the air. But because of its delay, I could be locked on with Defense Matrix, and then as soon as the bolt is fired, I leave. And that bolt, when it eventually comes down on its delay, will still be reduced damage. But let's actually test this. Let's actually just take a big pause right now and go test this out. Yeah, we're good now. Okay, cool. Massive damage. There we go.
D.Va, moving out.
With the zone when she has enough health. And I can reset cooldowns. Let's see if I can heal people. Reset cooldowns, cool. Damage, no, I'm not, okay. All right.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down. I need a breather.
All right, the next go when we have a fresh tracer.
Come, test your skill.
Ready for action.
All right, here's the fresh tracer.
Here comes a new challenger. I'm gonna have to shoot you down. It's on my side.
Choose a
All right, let's try it again. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and... that did full damage. Interesting. We probably should have picked a hero with a self-heal. Maybe we'll do Zul'jin for this next time. But, okay. Did we mess it up, or did it actually not work because it was outside of the zone? We did level up, but that was not... no, 75% damage. That would have been insane. Let's go ahead and reset cooldowns.
Time to raise my APM. I think you need a timeout. I'm going back for a bit.
I'm about to kill poor Kipper.
Defense matrix activated.
No. Okay.
I'm going back for a bit. Roger.
Cool. So this time, Pyroblast will be cast, and as it lets loose, I will activate
Either I've got
the defense
faster,
matrix.
or you're way too slow. Roger.
I'm sorry, I can't not attack you. Oh, cool. There we go.
Get through this.
Yes.
Bailing
Okay.
D.Va,
Okay.
moving out.
Yeah. Let's see. So,
That was rather violent.
does it need to be sustained? Or was it the fact that it has a cast time and then leaves his body? That's what I want to know. So is it a snapshot upon being cast and leaving him while he's in the defense matrix? Or do I have to maintain the defense matrix? We'll see. We'll get some longevity out of the pyro, and I'll see if I can snapshot reduces damage after the cast time. Okay. Our defense matrix is gone. Full damage.
Okay with me. I need a break.
Huh. All right. So it has to be, you have to be currently, okay, so one more time.
No problem.
Okay, she runs for it, and... Oh my god, that's actually how it works? Why does it work like that? That's just weird. The ganks. Why? Why? That is weird. Okay. So, you have to have her inside... yet, when the ability impacts, you have to have them inside the zone. All right. Let's go to our next experiment, which was, I believe, Alebeard was interested in Stitches.
Ready for action.
We'll wait for Stitches to get himself healed up.
In my crosshairs.
All right.
Nerf this. Okay with me.
And it is hookable. It is hookable. All right. So what's the delay? I do wonder. Let's see.
No problem.
I guess he probably can't see my ability pings, can he? On the enemy side.
Nerf this.
All right, he ate it, and oh, yeah. Wow. There you go. So it is hookable. And can the suit body block an enemy gate after it's been set to explode? Oh, that's interesting. Let's try that.
No problem.
Choose a talent.
Let's see. I don't actually, I guess
Game on.
Alebeard took off here, even though the computer still thinks it's him. I mean, I might be able to just body block myself. That may not be something we actually need.
Nerf this.
Yeah, it still has presence and body on the field. So we answered that as well. Can you be hooked off course if you boost it and eject? Yes. Because you can also be stunned, rooted, the actual body, and now that we've confirmed that it does have body on the field there, it is not a spell, it is actually like a self-destructing Misha. It has presence on the field and is going to be interacted with by stuns. You can stun it as it's boosted towards you while exploding to make it stop earlier. You can leave some roots and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. So that's pretty neat. And does a maw eat the suit like Gorge and still release the explosion? We can figure yes, because it's interacting as a full-blown hero.
Practice makes perfect.
And so it would still have the maw in the center and then an expanding explosion scape around it. Stitch is particularly dangerous there because he was actually moving with it and could have brought it back to his team for great destruction, whereas maw would be still isolated and then explode. But there's actually a number of interactions. Used to be with talents with maw, now it's just straight kills. But if things died inside the maw, you would get points. I don't think Stitches has any talents like that. Maybe he did back in the day. Hey, and welcome to everyone else who's been showing up during our experiments here. Repip, BLT Extra B, Babble Rouser, and Corix, welcome. Howdy ho to you all. Arthas just died for some reason. Let's go ahead and calm him down. Let's actually get to these talents. But these have been fantastic questions. And minions, you too. Alright, let's go get down into the testing field in all of our speedy glory. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, lots of weird little interactions with D.Va in this map, but should be good. Ultra Mecha Jeff, awesome name, welcome. Alright, so basic abilities are accounted for. Let's do level 1. Level 1 with level 1 damage with level 1 stuff. Let's actually see some of the numbers here. Physical, no spell armor, attacks per second 4. So she's doing the exact same speed as Tychus and Zarya. Attack range 3.8. That's awful unique. 3.8. I think it's Zarya at a full 4 these days and Tychus down to 3. Zarya is 4.5 range. Let's see what our short range little buddy Tychus is at. He is currently listed at 4.5. That's right. He must be the same as Zarya. We want something like Vala, who's a normal range at 5.5. Okay. Gosh, who has as short of range as D.Va? Artanis has that attack range, that melee tall guy attack range of 1.25. Alarak actually has an attack range of 1.5, so Artanis' attack range is actually a little shorter. What is Skeleton King's range? He's a big guy with reach. He's a full 2. And Diablo's 1.25 as well, huh? Gosh, so I don't think we have a 3.8 in the game right now. Basically, every range character's at 5.5, unless they're a weirdo. Like Tychus or Zarya. So we've even gone shorter than them here. Mecha Jeff was taken, had to take it to the next level. Nice. Does she lock on enemies similar to Tracer? Yes. And in fact, without turning stop attack on, just by walking by a hero, I'm automatically engaging with him. Walking by other targets, it doesn't have the same priority. But it is fully mobile, and I have this sort of long, fat box, like a Zarya attack, that lets me attack things while I move around. I do have decreased movement speed, though, of 15%, so I'm not going to be able to perfectly kite anything. Though, even moving at this rate would be enough to ruin a butcher's day. Plus, if you're going to defense matrix while you back up, things could get pretty fancy. Health at 2,100. Let's see. Abathur at 712. Leoric at 2,566. Who's kind of an odd sort of tank halfway there. Zarya is sitting at 2,300. Still 2,100. So about 200 health less than Zarya. 200 less health than Varian. And sitting at about equal health to someone still less than Tyrael. So about equal health to Thrall and Valera. And some of our other bruiser assassin types. Even Sonya sitting at 2,400 health. So yeah, the health of a bruiser, but the assassin kind. Granted, there's a whole pile of health underneath this. That is D.Va's basic health. And the mech has still basic regeneration. A little surprising if we're getting into the lore of it. But, you know, self-repairing. It's the future, after all. It's good health regeneration, though. Look at that. 5, actually. It's kind of interesting. Rushdown. If D.Va neither takes nor deals damage during her booster, its cooldown is lowered by 5 seconds. Okay, cool. So, kind of something like what Hammer has or Probius have while they're in the Hall of Storms. Just a nice way to get back on the field and make up for your lack of mobility. So, good pick for big maps, which we don't really have a meta for at the moment.
Okay with me.
But I could definitely see how that could be useful. Hit the... That's not... Is that how you spell nitrous? Yeah, hit the nitrous. Initial speed... Did they make it initial here because of the nitrous and initial D? Maybe. Cute guys if true. Initial speed of boosters, right? And that's not even good English. They did that on purpose so they could squirt us in the word initial. Increases to 475, then decay to normal boost speeds over half a second. Half seconds. During this time, boosters deals 100% extra damage. Over half seconds. During this time. So you just go really fast? Alright, let's see the actual damage. Control, pick. Oh, right, you only get one hit, so it's not like it's gonna spiral out of control. So I get one good hit, I guess it's gonna be, of bonus damage. And I'm moving faster. Oh, yeah, oh, wow. Huh. Seconds. Speed over 0.5 being a plural seconds, not that it degrades over by increments of 0.5. I thought this would last a lot longer, but no, you get a half second of extreme speed at bonus damage, it seems. So if I just do one of these and then one around for a little bit, 140. But if I do an immediate hit, I get the 281. Okay, so I'm looking to give a little more damage. It doesn't increase the knockback. And maybe to cover more distance? I mean, really, if we were in a race. Speaking of which, we should race D.Vas later. With the different kinds of movement talents. Everyone picks their own talent build, and then we'll race them. If, let's say I'm trying to get down here as fast as possible.
I'm on it.
And I ended about the healing bot. Then I would have to wait a full cooldown. Do I cover more distance with Rushdown? There at the gate, and go! Making it probably to about... Actually, no, you don't get that much bonus distance at all. And then I'd have a decreased cooldown to go the rest of the way. Okay, so I guess I want that for the damage more than anything else. That's odd. Crash Course. Quest. Damage enemy heroes with boosters. After damaging 25 heroes... Each use of boosters lowers its cooldown by 1 second per hero hit. After damaging 25 heroes, each use of boosters lowers its cooldown by 1 second per hero hit. What? Alright. Oh, I didn't take the talent. So, 1, yep, success. Okay, 2. Let's go ahead and complete the quest 25. Wow. That was fancy. 9. Okay. Am I actually... 8. Heroes hit 25. After each use of boosters lowers the cooldown by 1 second per hero hit. Oh, I guess they're saying each instance of boosters lowers the cooldown per hero hit. Right. So let's just make sure I'm thinking of this correct. Let's go ahead and get enemies, and we'll grab the Lost Vikings. And Lost Vikings are shy little guys, so we'll turn on their minions, and we'll wait for them to get out here, but... Should be... Bop! Now I have a 9-second cooldown, just for that instance. Now here come the Lost Vikings. When I hit all 3, I should get a 3-second cooldown just for that one instance. Cool. 7 seconds. My next one would not be reduced. Gotcha. That makes sense. That's a lot of heroes to hit before you get a sort of odd in usefulness. It's just such a weird thing. It's an and statement. You want movement speed? Sure. Yeah, you're moving at decreased speed the whole game. Of course I want movement speed. Do you want to slightly knock them back? I guess, maybe. Sure. Am I coming from the right angle? I can't go over terrain, so I can't choose which angle I'm going. Can I defense matrix while boosting? No, I can't. Yeah, I'm not sure why I would want that. Maybe that'll come later. Pro moves. D.Va's mech gains 2% movement speed for 1 second every time it takes damage up to 30%. Movement speed, 1 second, up to 30%. So I'm guessing what they're saying is it's going to stack. And I will be increasing my speed as I take more and more damage as long as it's over the course of seconds, right? Move speed is increasing. Move speed. Maximizing. And decays, actually, at the same rate. So that's actually better than we thought initially. I thought it was just going to decay in one big ball. But since it decays one at a time, I could have a weird kind of kiting place in the world. Don't you destroy my mech. Okay, I have no idea which one of these I would want. Let's see what sort of talents await at higher levels. Let's go to 4.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Initial D.Va? Darn right, man.
Let's see them stop me.
So let's do, for now, let's just do whatever the most simple one is. If used out of combat. That one makes the most sense. I want to cover a big map. A forced survivability level, it looks like, but with a self-destruct on it. Divert power. The area of defense matrix is 100% wider and 25% longer, but D.Va cannot move for the duration. Oh, wow. Okay, there's my little trapezoid. Divert power. Toggle cooldowns. Wow. But yeah, you are locked in. But I can end that at any time, right? Yeah. Be good against characters that can only stutter step. You put Zul'jin in the middle of that, he's going to have to walk the whole way. And then you'll just cancel once he's out. So you're reducing a lot of damage when it's immobile people. Vala would probably just vault right here, or back, and just ruin everything as Vala does.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Get through this. Increase the duration of defense matrix by 3 seconds. What? 3 seconds? You want to go 6 seconds? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, sure does. Huh. Reducing damage that long. I don't know if Heroes of the Storm has ever been in a 6-second sustained damage meta. I think things are usually decided by that point. And in this current meta, they'll just not damage you and be full health when you get out, and you basically just delayed the combat. Could be good. Could be a good thing to delay the combat for that amount of time. I guess if you have someone who's always running late, maybe, so you can turn off combat for a full 6 seconds.
Choose a
Still
talent.
strikes me a little odd.
Choose a talent.
Fusion Generator. Every time an enemy hero deals damage while inside defense matrix, D.Va's self-destruct charge is increased by 1%. Maximum of 15% gained per use. Cool. More self-destructs, that's good. Self-destruct charge amount gained from losing mech health increased by 30%. Yeah, okay. So another way to get energy. Does this automatically give me energy? But I still get the full damage amount, even though they take reduced damage. This is just saying that I get a 1% bonus to it. Again, no idea at the moment. I guess I want more bombs. These all are going to equal more bombs in some way. So I guess for now I'll do Bring It On, but we'll have to see.
Choose a talent.
What
Choose a talent.
the bomb charge rate, kind of like Tracer when we first tried her, actually is when we're on the field.
A talent. Choose a
Coming
talent.
through. Knockback distance of boosters is increased by 100%. Neat. Let's actually see the distance on that. Does it reduce all their damage or just their damage against heroes? Tarfalicious asks. This is just hero damage dealt to you and anybody else, reducing their damage dealt by the enemy heroes. So yeah, their personal damage. So if they went on to damage a mercenary, minion, monster, hero, doesn't matter. If they're inside the zone, they will now be doing reduced damage. What if you use her on Battlefield Eternity to win the race? Oh yeah, that's interesting. So you take something like get through this, or with 3 seconds, maybe, right? Maybe you do divert power and just kind of sit on top of your immortal and just reduce. I mean, still 75% is getting through, but that could be a really crazy big deal. The cooldown on defense matrix is 10 seconds, so the same amount as your defense matrix there. That's an interesting thought. I like that. All right, let's see the knockback. Okay, it's a knockback. I'm not unstoppable during this, so if I fly inside of a mosh pit, my knockback isn't going to be able to reduce it unless I'm currently cleansed or something like that.
Choose a talent.
So I'm still really fuzzy on why I'd want to boost into people and push them around, other than to just disrupt them. With Defense Matrix, maybe I am just all about disruption, and that's really about, geez. about the amount that I need to do. Enemy heroes affected by defense matrix are slowed by 20%. 20% slows stink. But if I'm locking down that Zul'jin inside my immobile area, I could see why I might want it. Does the cooldown of defense matrix start when the ability is used or when it ends? Good question.
Defense matrix activated.
Global cooldown goes there. We are currently on the 6-second version of it. Starts once it's done, so I get no advantage. I don't get more defense matrix per game if I go the increased duration. In fact, the math there probably wouldn't work out in your favor too well. Good question. So danger zone, and we mix that with that giant one, and, well, Zul'jin would have a very hard time walking out of it. Walking out of zones 2 like that Battlefield of Eternity. Stunning area. Aggression matrix. Basic attacks into mech mode against heroes. Lower, what? Basic attacks in mech. Okay, mech mode attacks into heroes. Lower the cooldown of defense matrix by 0.25 seconds, but I'm attacking a lot. I'm attacking 4 times a second. So that actually would get me a pretty hefty cooldown. So here we go, defensing, 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 and we're on cooldown. So I'm getting a full second off. Yeah, seems useful. If more defense matrix is what we want. Nuclear option, increase self-destruct's detonation timer by 3 seconds. Detonation damage is increased by 50%. A new mech can still be called after 4 seconds. Okay, so it's saying you're not stuck outside your mech if you're fully ready to go on the other side. Hang on, that means I need to read this. Call a new mech, basic attacks, lower this cooldown. Toggle cooldowns. Why do I have one ready to go? Let's imagine toggle cooldowns. Cool, it's off. Oh, maybe my toggle cooldowns is actually resetting me to full underneath there anyway. All right, so let's get a full mech hobo style here. By doing damage? Oh, geez, that's atrocious, isn't it? Gain 1% charge for every 2 seconds. Yeah, that's not going to get a lot done. Let's go ahead and...
Choose a talent.
I need more stuff.
Choose a talent.
We'll just do... Cannot move for some reason or another.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Nuclear option timer 3 seconds. Detonation. We should probably take some damage. That kind of makes things go a little faster, but then again, if I take damage... Oh, here. Oh, wait, no, this only works on heroes. Right, so this isn't actually going to work.
D.Va, moving out.
I'm trying to see how I would have another one ready in the first place. Here I'm at 44. That's pretty darn good auto attack damage. But yeah, you have really bad health. Oh! 2 seconds. Oh, there, that bar there is my energy. Was I being attacked, or did I actually get a bunch of energy for bumping into people? No, okay, so I was under attack. I'm just dinging a quest.
Blizzard ancient.
Can I activate my self-destruct as I am about to die? Fatal damage? Nope. Okay, so I can't squeeze out a quick one. Okay. Oh, that does take a while, doesn't it? But I can get in another one while that's still getting ready to go. Let's go ahead and toggle those cooldowns again. So after the 3 seconds, I can get into another one there.
A killing blow.
While that's going, so it has to hit the 3 seconds toggle cooldown.
Triple kill.
It's tough to experiment with, but it seems like my auto attacks may not reduce the cooldown before I get out. I don't know. We're gonna have to see in a real game. That's really hard to test here. So neat. Damage increased. I like that, but boy, I think everything, my whole build should be around getting quicker energy so I can actually interact with my abilities. Let's go to 10.
Choose a talent.
Still just picking a lot
Choose
of
a talent.
whatever.
Choose
Completely
a talent.
confused. Bunny Hop. Cooldown 90 seconds. That's a long time. D.Va's mech becomes unstoppable and stomps every half second, dealing damage and slowing enemies by 40%. Lasts 4 seconds. Requires mech mode. So it is...
I'm on it.
It's Sand King from Dota. It's Epicenter. But a really, really silly Epicenter. So Bunny Hop. Here's 3 heroes right here. And there's the area. And I just start... Cute little Mario sound to it. Not the most destructive thing in the world, but, you know, you are kind of a warrior here. Doing area effect damage and slowing for 40%. That's not bad. What if I had a bomb ready, you know? What if I was bunny hopping? Nope.
Okay with me.
Am I gonna get a sweet kill on most of them? Alright, so you can't bunny hop while it explodes. And only if you're hitting heroes do you get a cute little sound.
That was
I am unstoppable, so I wouldn't be slowed by this. Does this deal damage to buildings? Well, yes, we won't find out this go. Oh wait, I've got another one. Yes. A little bit of damage. Damages everything. I just want to see if I actually get the sound effect if I'm not damaging a hero. Yep, you do. Okay.
Choose a talent.
Seems like a good
Choose a
wombo
talent.
combo kind of thing. Big
Choose a
shot.
talent.
Deal 370 damage to all enemies in a line. The cooldown of mech is reduced by 8 seconds for each enemy hero hit. Requires pilot mode. I guess getting back into my mech is probably a good idea. There, I stopped it early so it could sit right on top of them.
Double kill.
Oh yeah.
Triple
Alright, I got another one to go though, so let's get the cooldowns toggled off. There goes one. This is all enemies in a line. All enemies in a line. Cooldown mech per enemy hero hit. That's a big line shot. What's the cooldown? 4 seconds. Holy crap. How's the lane clear?
Mayhem.
It's okay. It's not the most damaging thing in the world, but... Let's see if I can...
Well done.
There we go. Knock him backwards.
Double kill.
One for my highlight reel.
Ooh.
Shoot you down. Bailing out.
Untouchable. Well,
Wow.
was
Oh,
rather
granted, I'm
entertaining.
attacking 3 Lost Vikings in a go, so... Definitely feels good. Okay. Huh. So, looks like you got your winning so hard we're gonna win more level 10 pick, and then your, oh my god, I can't stay alive. Plus, I can't really be on the field anyway to get an auto attacks. Let's just... Problem with this toggle cooldowns is I have to then... Let's just go ahead and lose it. All natural.
Bailing out. Let's see them stop me.
Because I get a cooldown reduction for attacking, right? Oh, and it just increases if I attack. Cool. So just by living,
Going in.
I'm getting back in my mech, but using this kind of out of lane is probably the best way to not just get destroyed by a butcher or even a Tyrael. You have such low health. Anything could come by and ruin your day in that regard. Big Shot, is she a bounty hunter now? I don't know where the Big Shot came from. Maybe it's a reference. She's so full of references, it seems almost an under-reference, right? Like it didn't go far enough. Let's go to 13.
Choose a talent. Choose
And
a talent.
haven't discovered a
Choose a
thing,
talent.
but I think I want Big Shot.
Choose a talent.
Expansive plating. Was at my sister's wedding. Increase mech health by 20%, but also increase the cooldown of mech by 15 seconds. This does not decrease the amount of self-destruct charge gained. This does not decrease the amount of self-destruct charge gained. Oh. Right, because if you have a higher health, then decrease. Right, yeah. Because if you had a higher health, then dealing damage to you would mean you take less percentage-based damage, which means you would get a mech at a slower rate. But they're saying this isn't the case. It's automatically scaled up for you. Why wouldn't you want this? If you're not, I mean, if you're not going Big Shot, I can see why you might go, oh, well, no, I'll pass 15 seconds. But big shot gets you stuff, and 20% more health, 3,432 to 4,118. I like that. I like that a lot.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Emergency shielding. When D.Va's mech would be destroyed, it instead gains a shield that absorbs 349 damage over 6 seconds. This effect has an 15-second cooldown. Wait, what? It absorbs damage over 6 seconds. That's not a lot of shielding, and 6 seconds is a long time in a MOBA. What the heck does that mean? Here, Mr. Boss, tell me what it means. Sure, let's get stunned. Let's take maximum damage. I want to die. Okay, taking damage. And I'm guessing, like, you would die, but instead a tiny shield pops up, and then you die anyway.
Okay with me.
Well, why would I want that? A 15-second cooldown, too. It's not like an unstoppable. I'm at level 13 here. I need power. I need big play money moves. Not 349 bonus health when they thought my mech that only dies is about to die. But, hang up. I'm having a thought here. What if this shield amount when you would die instead has nothing to do with actually surviving? What if it's actually about setting off your self-destruct? It's a buffer. When you would die and you see that shield come up, you go, oh crap, I should hit my self-destruct instead of just letting this die pleb version and giving away XP, right? Maybe that's what it's all about. Because if I self-destruct, I'm not giving away that XP, it would seem. So this would give me a nice little buffer to realize that I'm taking so much damage and make a change. Yeah, she's certainly not going to solo bosses anytime soon. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm totally dead. Wait, no I'm not, never mind, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to set off my bomb. I'm incredible. I'm the best D.Va in A. Could be. That could be. In which case, it's a talent that makes the game easier, a great talent to pick early on, but a talent we wouldn't want when we're going try hard. And when we're already acknowledging ourselves as best D.Va in A.
Choose a talent.
What the heck is that? Ablative? Ablative? Ablative. It's probably French or something. Damage against D.Va's mech that would deal 5% or less of its maximum health are reduced by 50%. Huh. This does not decrease the amount of self-destruct charge gained. D.Va's mech that would deal 5% or less maximum health are reduced by 50%. Okay, we need a calculator. But I have Windows 10, which means I can't easily open a calculator. So we'll just have to assume then that this is what? So 5%, so you're in your mech at 3,432 health. So if you were to take a smaller amount of damage than that, let's actually, what's this? What's this, 37? Okay, I have no idea. Doesn't tell me. These are big hits though. Those hits are too big. Are those reduced? Are those all enough tiny hits? Is this my sweet? I don't know. Let's
choose a talent.
Oh yeah, no, that's chunking. That's more chunky. So what, like anti-tracer armor basically? In all cases? Kyle, you misunderstand something. When you use her E, the cooldown mech has now cooled down. The cooldown to call cooldown... No, you're just messing with me here. New mech only happens when the mech dies from enemy damage. You're even more confusing than the tooltip. So, okay, hang on. When you use your E, the call down mech now cooldown. The cooldown to call down a new mech only happens when the mech dies from enemy damage. Oh, I see. Okay, so it has nothing to do... So as long as I'm self-destructing, I am going to get a cooldown mech ready to go. Just like Overwatch. Gotcha. So that whole confusion with trying to get a mech going and then I would reset the cooldown and why I'd got another cooldown underneath it wasn't because it was resetting the cooldowns on D.Va as a human. I just had a cooldown for an explosion mech, which means I instantly get the cooldown of the get back in a mech. Cool down. It feels like you get her heroic with E and a choice for her third basic ability at 10. I agree with that. Fifth, I agree 100%. And, you know, it's ability interaction, plus it interacts with the Q, so you couldn't hide it behind a heroic wall by any means. So they did the right thing. And while our 10s are a little lame, they should be because we've already got the real 10 built into the main kit. Big Shot is the name of the Bounty Hunter TV show on Cowboy Bebop. That could be true. That is right. I rewatched that all recently. What about the overkill amount? Oh my, I don't know what that means. Ablative. It is French. Thank you, Dream. I knew it was French. Getting in our English. All right.
Choose a talent.
Bop, bop, bop.
Choose a talent.
So let's go to 16 then and see the last bits.
Choose a talent. Choose a
It
talent.
doesn't matter. We're still
Choose a
completely
talent.
confused. Torpedo Dash. Now that's an anime move. D.Va gains the Torpedo Dash ability, allowing her to dash forward and pass through enemies. Requires pilot mode. Torpedo. Why the heck is it called Torpedo Dash? All right. Let's go. We'll just restart the cooldowns. We'll nerf this. It blows. There's my cooldown mech ready to go because I self-destructed. And a short range. Kind of Vala Vault. But it sounds like she's not having any fun. And apparently the toggle cooldowns doesn't work on it. But that's fine. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. That one she sounded like she was having fun. Okay, so a little range to survive. Cool. Looks like these all might be pilot mode. GG, well played. Let's see what that's about.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Ah.
Choose a talent. Choose
There we
a
go.
talent.
Increase pilot mode's basic attack damage by 75%. Wow. Participating in a takedown while in pilot mode instantly refreshes the cooldown of Call Mech. A little random, but that damage increase is fancy. Let's see what that feels like. 103. Gosh, she does really good auto attack damage. And then you put it up to 180. That's fast. That's a lot of damage. How many times have I done spell combos on spellcasters here over the course of 4 seconds and reached maybe 2,500? This is, I mean, granted, you're super squishy. This is really dangerous, and D.Va's never going to be able to stand still like this. That's a lot of damage. The secondary part of this talent is kind of
Choose a talent.
uncontrollable,
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
but could be neat. Nano Weave Suit. For 4 seconds after ejecting from her mech, D.Va gains 50 armor, and her basic attacks grant 50% more cooldown reduction towards Call Mech. Wow. Why wouldn't I want that? I get 50 armor after ejecting. I'm guessing I eject. Ejecting is a term whether it dies or explodes, but we'll do the exploding one first. Okay, there's my armor. There's my sweet armor. 50% reduced damage, and now I'm taking full damage. Jump back in my mech. All right, let's get killed and make sure I get the exact same amount. Poor Vikings. They're just so nervous without their minions around. I'm even embarrassed to be here. Oh, my shield talent from earlier activated. Cool. I still have my armor for 4 seconds. And I would get my decreased ability cooldowns. It's on the same... And their basic attacks grant more cooldown reduction towards Call Mech. So it's only Call Mech. Plus here's the Torpedo Dash, so I can't stack those anyway. Alright. Neat stuff.
Choose a talent.
Let's see what else.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Suppressing
Choose a talent.
Fire. Pilot mode, basic attacks have a 20% increased range. There we go. That's what I wanted. And slow enemy movement speed by 20% for 2.5 seconds. I don't care about slowing anybody. I don't care about that. I just want more range to make sure I can stay safe. So what's my range here? Is it the same? No, it is 4. So my range goes up to... Attack range. Oh, no. It's 6.7. That's my attack speed. So 6.7 and down to 5.5. Wow, so you actually outrange most people in the game. Poor Rainer. That's not an ability. Wait, no. That is what? Poor Rainer, right? 16. So that is a 20% increased range. Isn't that Rainer's actual trait? Advanced optics. Rainer's basic attack range is 6.5, further than most other ranged heroes. He also gets more vision radius, but his attack range is 6.5. Oh no.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Suppressing fire takes it to 6.7. She outranges Rainer. Why would... Oh no! There'll never be a place for him now. Alright. Let's get back in the mech. Let's go to 20.
Choose a talent.
That is horrible.
Choose a talent.
That is tragic. Does her pilot health bar refill after you re-enter the mech? Good question. Let's find out. Go ahead and lose the mech. Let's go take a little bit of damage. I guess it's trying to boost into the wall there and got a little confused.
I'm on offense.
You're on offense. Okay, taking that damage, Let's go ahead and toggle the cooldowns in case that interacts with it for some weird reason. Alright, half health. Getting back in my suit. Full suit health. Explosion. Get a fresh D.Va. Yep, so you're all freshened up. There's drugs in there or something. Make her feel better.
Choose a talent.
Let's start
Choose a
with
talent.
Big
Choose a
Shot
talent.
here.
Choose a talent.
Pew pew. Instead of a single shot, Big Shot fires 3 shots. Over half a second, each shot deals 50% damage. How does that interact with reduce its for each enemy hero hit? Okay,
No
so let's get the Lost Vikings out here.
You go.
1, 2, 3. So a little dangerous because you're locked in position for that time period, but... Oh, wait, hang on. Cool down. Oh, no. Darn it, we're gonna have to lose a mech.
Now I'll show them.
Come on, mess me up.
Let's get started. Bailing out.
There we go. All right. Fresh D.Va. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah,
Going
it
in.
works exactly as one might assume it works, which is well.
Activated. Now I'll show them.
Okay.
I'm on it.
That's pretty good.
Choose a talent.
Ding.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Concussive Pulse. D.Va gains the Concussive Pulse ability, allowing her to deal 309 damage to enemies in a cone and knock them back. Requires pilot mode. That sounds very dangerous. I don't know if D.Va should be doing whatever that is. But let's lose. Well, you know, I can just toggle this. I can just lose the mech that way. Concussive. Oh my god. Well, it deals damage, and if you were against maybe an Illidan or something like that, right? Something you would need to push off your squishy buns, but I'm not walking into that range. That's just a bad idea. What does the area effect actually mean on it? Does this push?
Ready
That
for
pushed quite a
action.
bit. It's got this little Lucio line on it, making me think that it pushes back or does damage. No, that's the same amount.
Choose a talent.
Okay, that just
Choose
seems
a
dangerous
talent.
unless I'm fighting an Illidan
Choose
or
a
something.
talent.
Oh, gotta go
Choose
around the
a
house.
talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Mecha Fall. Like Titanfall. I see what you guys did. Call mech is instant and can target a location. Upon landing, the mech deals damage in the area of impact. So,
Systems checked out.
did I get in faster? No, it's still instant. Just has a range on it and can smash somebody as it comes down.
No problem. Nerf this.
Well, that's interesting.
Have you now.
That seems like quite a bit of damage. What happens when I
Choose a
reset the
talent.
talent and take it off?
Nerf this.
It doesn't, it's not actually an increase in how much. Oh no, same basic thing's happening. The graphic just changed of D.Va actually loading up inside
Choose
of
a
it.
talent.
Well, let's take a look
Choose
at Bunny
a
Hop.
talent. Choose a talent.
Stop and pop. Bunny Hop deals 150% more damage if D.Va isn't moving at the moment of impact.
Oh yeah. Ready for action.
How do I tell the moment of impact?
Oh yeah.
Ah, I see. So I would need to move like Lunara.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's how you get bonus damage. Yep. Alright. Well, good wombo combo ability. Gosh, I have no idea. So let's actually just jump into a quick match here.